Happy Friday. Captain Coder here this morning, taking a look at another Clash of Code. For anyone not familiar with Clash of Code, there's a website called Coding Game where you can practice your coding skills. Doesn't really teach you how to program, but if you know the basics, it's a great place to practice and learn and grow and get just better at coding, thinking through problems, reading problem statements. Clash of Code are 5 minute, up to 5 minute waiting times, usually much less, and then you have 15 minutes to complete a problem. Just got a fastest mode problem. So we have a problem statement, and our goal is to write a program. There's going to be some inputs, and then we have to produce outputs. For example, if I run this first test here, I get that I was expected to output the word wowzers. So I could output the word wowzers here. Try it again, and it's going to pass. Okay, but we have multiple tests. Expected password. Gotcha. So this one has multiple. So wowzers is just the first part. If I put password here, it's going to fail, saying it found password ... but was wowzers. So there's some problem statement here that's going to tell me how to write the program that takes this input, in this case password, and then outputs wowzers, password 1 2 3 4 5 6, and envy. So it gives you some inputs and outputs, and you have to write a program to do that. I'm going to be doing it in C# today. Let's hop in and read this problem description. You are a hacker who has gained access to a database of encrypted passwords. The company you hacked has very poor security, clearly. Instead of hashing passwords, they use weak password encryption. The encryption algorithm, each character of a plain text password is converted to its ASCII value and XORed with a secret 2-digit number, known as the key. A single key is used to encrypt every password in the database. For example, if a plain text password is Abe and the key is 52, A goes to 117, B goes to 86, E goes to 81, and you get 117, 86, 81. All right. You're not given the key, but you know at least one person in the database uses the password 1 2 3 4 5 6. Your job is to decrypt all of the passwords. Okay, so we're gonna be getting in passwords, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna find the password that we're gonna find a password that has 6 characters in it. So for that password, we're gonna use all of the possible decryption keys, and so the decryption keys can go from 10 to 99 according to these constraints. And we're gonna find the one that's 1 2 3 4 5 6. That'll tell us what the decryption key is. Then we're gonna go ahead and loop again to find it. So I'm gonna write a function here called try decrypt. So public static bool try decrypt. All right, so the goal here is it's going to take in an int I, and then, so this is going to be a key attempt, and then string password, and we're going to just go through and see if this meets the criteria to be 1 2 3 4 5 6, and then we're going to use this to get our password. So we have to loop through password. So for first, I'm just going to say if password dot length is not equal to 6, return false. Can't possibly be it if it's not equal to 6. All right. Good practice. I should put in some curly braces here. Then if it is 6, I'm going to loop through the whole thing. So for each char ch, I'm going to do it this way. For int I equals 1, I is less than or equal to 6, I plus plus. We want the string to match all the way across 1 2 3 4. So I'm going to get the first character, char ch is equal to password at I minus 1. This is going to get me the first letter, second letter, third letter, all the way to the sixth letter. And then we're just going to try, we need to convert it to an integer. Is that right? No, don't need to convert it. It's a character now. So we got to XOR it. So we're going to XOR it with, I'm actually making an integer. I'm going to convert it to an int like this. Probably some unnecessary conversions going on here, but just to be safe, then we're going to do XOR here with our key attempt. Okay. And then we basically just want to convert it back into a character. So I'm gonna do another wrap here. So my key attempt, and we convert it back to a char. And then I just want to say if ch is equal to, and then I'm gonna convert my I to a character here. Oh, this is a little wacky and dirty, but that's okay. For this short coding. All right, so we're checking if our character is equal to 1. So if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and if it's not, we're gonna return false. And at the end of the day, if we make it all the way to the end, it means that everything we checked was valid. So at the end of the day, if we make it all the way here, we return true, saying that we were able to decrypt with this key attempt. Okay, so now that we have that, as I'm looping through these encrypted passwords, I'm gonna go ahead and store them in a list. So list of string passwords equals new, and then we'll just add them in passwords.add encrypted password. All right, encrypted password. All right, so now we have a list with all our passwords that I can use over and over. I need to find my password now. So I'm gonna do public static int find key. So this thing's gonna loop through all passwords and attempt to find the key. All right, and eventually it's gonna return it. So our possible keys, so for int key equals 10, key is less than or equal to 99, key plus plus, and we're gonna just do try decrypt. Try decrypt on key and all and password. So we need a loop that goes through all of them. So for each string password in all passwords, try the decrypt. And we're gonna say if try decrypt. So if we're able to decrypt it, we're gonna just return the key. We found the key. All right. If we make it to the end, we shouldn't make it to the end, but I'll return -1 here. I should probably throw an exception, and I'll do this console.error.writeLine. Something terrible happened. Not the best error message, but we're in a rush here. We got 6 minutes left to find this key. Okay, so we have it. We gotta loop through all of these. So we're gonna say int key equals find key all passwords. So hopefully if we, oh, I just called it passwords here. My naming's bad, shame on me. So we're gonna get the key, and then we're just gonna loop through all of the passwords for each string password in passwords. I'm gonna write a thing that does it. So console.writeLine decrypt, and we're gonna pass in our key and password, and that will hopefully do it for us. I just gotta write decrypt now. So we're gonna do public static string decrypt, and I'm thinking as I'm going here, we're like, oh, there's all these changes I could make to make this nicer. If we have time, I'll try and do some int key string password. So we got to loop through every character here. So I'm going to do a string output start as the empty string. I should probably use a string builder there, but I'm moving quick. That'd be an optimization. For each character, ch in password. We're gonna decrypt that character, so we're just gonna do output is gonna get the new character ch. I'm really not sure if I can ch XORed with key. And let's make sure this turns back into a char. I don't know if I need that. I'm just worried it's going to add in a bunch of integers combined, and then we'll return output. All right, let's test this one case here. Oh, I got something terrible has happened. Okay, so something terrible has happened. I was not able to find the correct key here. Just a little bit disappointing. Let's see if I can figure out what's going on. Try decrypt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Test case. Oh, I'm getting integers. The passwords are not coming in encrypted text. They're coming in as integers. So I just completely misread that. So my encrypted passwords, I need to convert them to text first to use the framework I have. So I've made a terrible mistake here. And I need to do an encrypted password dot split. So this is going to give me each individual character. I'm going to do for each string ch in this thing. So I'm going to get all of my characters, and I'm going to build up a string here. String string password equals string dot empty. Let's go. I gotta cook here. So I need to parse this int.parse ch and then convert it to a character. All right, and then I'm gonna add that password here. All right, let's see how we do. Okay, that one passed. This was a bit of a mistake on my part. I didn't read the entire problem statement and understand it before I got started. I just made an assumption about what the problem statement was asking. Okay, so I got them all. I have 2 minutes. I don't know if I have enough time to optimize, but I'm gonna copy this just in case I need to come back and dump it back in. But I have a solution that's working. So let's talk through it again real quick. So at the beginning here, I need to recognize that my inputs are coming as numbers, not as encrypted text. So 92 needs to get converted to a character first. So that's what I'm doing here. I loop through this whole string, this encrypted password. I have to break it up and pull out each individual set of numbers and convert it into an int first and then into a character, and store that in my password. So I build up my password here. All right, then I add it to my list of passwords. Next, I need to identify what the key is. We know that there's gonna be someone who's using the lame password 123456. We use that to our advantage here to find the key by brute forcing decrypting every password and obtaining it. Then once I have it, I use decrypt. I know the key. All I have to do is XOR it and get it back. All right. So pretty fun little problem. panicked there just at the last second. Didn't think I was gonna be able to finish it, but I got it. And let's go ahead and I'm gonna copy that so I have it for later. I'm gonna submit it. All right. So that was a coding game challenge. That was a fastest mode. I was talking through it, so of course I'm never gonna be the fastest. I don't mind not being the fastest. I like working through these, thinking through these problems. Fun little way to get your brain going in the morning. I really liked this one. I thought it was awesome. On the difficulty level, I thought this was one of the harder ones, but I was able to finish. So for me, it was perfect. For other people, it might have been too hard, but we made it through. The statement was very clear, in my opinion. It told me everything I needed to do. My test cases, I didn't run into any that caused me problems. So I'm gonna go with good. At the very least, they were good. There was no tests in there that got me off. When I ran the test, I immediately identified my issue. Pretty good. I don't know that they were ideal because they didn't, the problems, maybe it was ideal. I don't know. I'm gonna go with good, and I'm gonna go ahead and submit that. Beautiful. All right, let's check out some of these other ones. Python, really popular language. Let's see what we got here. Very similar to what I did. So here's a Python solution. Reads the input in, loops through them, splits it up, essentially converts the string like I did, but then they check to see if it equals this. So mine sort of stops early. If it identifies earlier that it's not gonna work, it's like, oh, no, skip it. So no big deal here though. They could have written a function called decrypt and you brute force decrypt everything and check if it happens to have that, and then you keep it. This is essentially the same solution I came up with without the functions, without the methods broken down. It's a decent solution. Looks like essentially the same solution they got there. They do this check here to make sure it's 6. They added in there decrypting. What is, if length of z is equal to 1, key equals z dot pop. Oh, they're making a set rather than a list, and then they're looping through x for I in range. Length of x, what is x for x in p? P is an empty list. Okay, so that's every password. So x is an individual password. They add it in. I don't quite understand something. They're doing something clever here where they essentially somehow they know if the set is 1, has size 1, that they can stop and they have the key. And I don't quite understand that, but that's okay. They're doing something really clever here that might be fun to analyze a little bit. And then at the end, they just loop through and decrypt using, so convert everything to a character using the key. Oh, they turn the key ordinal. They get the this is converting the key into an integer. Fascinating. All right, nice solution by News. And let's see what TSSW submitted. Oh, and before I forget here, share my code. Of course I want to share my code. And they're doing some clever stuff here. All right, so they're using a function map to say, okay, find the character value. So ord is a function in Python that will give you back sort of the integer value of a character. And so this is saying build a list that has that. So it's gonna find the numeric value for 1, the numeric value for 2 as a character and load it up into this list. So they're doing a clever expansion here. Python has some pretty nice syntax for that. Then they're going to convert. Oh, they read the first n. So this gives them how many passwords there's going to be. They do a loop over that many things. So they call input and split it, and map. Map is basically converting all of the inputs into numbers. And now they have a 2D list that contains all of, so it's essentially a list of the passwords in their text format. And then they loop through. They're combining these things together to find it. I see. So they're doing the same thing that the news was doing in their solution as well, where they have found a way to say, okay, if this set contains one thing in it, that's going to be the key, and we can just pop that key out. And I think it's because the set will not contain anything. It'll be 0. It won't contain a solution if it didn't match. So that's how that works. They say, oh, well, I know if it's in there that it matched and I have it, and then they loop through and go through it. So something I don't like about this solution, I think the solution is really nice. This person is code golfing a little bit. There's no space after this for. They're really, I find this code kind of difficult to read and understand. Nice solution, a little bit challenging to read and understand. All right, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you got something out of it. I had fun. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and click that like button. Let me know you enjoyed it. If you want to see more like this, feel free to subscribe and come back anytime. Have a beautiful day.